Yeah. Hi there, everyone. Welcome everyone. I am joining the Cornish Knight once again.
Howdy.
Howdy doody to Yudi. I need to get everyone's information up there. There you go. Nice. I had to move the Discord up so that I could show the Discord at the end of the last stream. So there you go. That's why it's not there. Yes, welcome to Paint Club. We're painting some Warhammer once again on this fine Wednesday to entertain you and get through some of this plastic tat. What are you painting today, Cornish?
I'm going to try and finish off this field orders battery in the shock troop squads.
Nice.
Or at least this one half of the field orders battery. Still got stuff to make for the other half.
Yeah.
Mainly because I've been looking at it like pretty much all weekend and most of this week, and gone, I should really paint something, and then not paint something. So that's my fucking mission for today, is to get the last two shock troopers painted or finished, and then go from there.
I am going to be finishing this today. Let me get the camera focusing a little bit. There we go. So the Ghostkeel has been made dirty. He's a filthy boy now. I need to tidy it.
Dirty boy.
I know I need to tidy it. The only thing I didn't null oil is the grate just behind his head, I think. So I need to do that first thing, and then I'm going to be working my way from the bottom to the top of the model. There you go. Also, those vents on the feet, I'm tempted to paint them in black and then go over them again with the, just to make sure you can definitely tell that they're vents. Because the null oil did not have the desired effect on them, sadly.
Vents I've always found a bit weird
Yeah,
when it comes to painting.
that's how wide they are, and those are super wide.
They are.
Okay, I need a little bit of norming happening before we begin actually tidying up, because there's a few bits that...
Alright, there we go.
He fell over.
It's...
There were a few bits that didn't get fully normed. Yeah, I just knocked him over, which is very silly of me. But it looks like he's intact. I don't see any small pieces that flew off. So yeah.
I'm also going to have to find another head for one of the crewmen of the field ordnance battery, because I dropped something on him and he fell off the desk.
Oh no.
But because he was attached to a makeshift spray stick, he didn't go very far.
Yeah.
But his head has just disappeared somewhere at the speed of Mac Jesus.
Mac Jesus.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hamburger themed Jesus.
Yeah, I also think my light is about to die, which is really unfortunate.
Your mic?
No, my light.
Oh, your light. Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's starting to flicker. I know exactly where the problem is, but the problem is I can't fix it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's the so it's a USB little light basically.
Yeah. I've got a few
it's
of
plugged
those.
into it's plugged into the front of my PC, but somehow, even though there shouldn't really have been like any pressure on it at all, the connection, because it goes from the USB part of the cable, down through, and then there's a little control box, which is on which is on and off, which has got the on and off button, the brighter, dimmer, and then cycle button. And it's the connection that goes from the actual light itself to the control box that's dying. So I'm getting a little bit of flickering on my on the light, which is cause for concern.
Dodgy connection, yeah.
But it's been fine. It's just wear and tear. I've been using this thing on and off for pretty much 2 years straight.
Yeah. Things don't last forever, sadly.
No, and to be fair, the amount of bloody money I paid for it. The fact it's lasted this long has been really good.
Yeah, I've got one here, or just above me. It's the one that's given the slightly warm light. It is the button, the on and off button has been caved in. So occasionally when I turn it off or on, I get a little static shock.
Oh, that's not bueno.
It's not good, but it's fine. It still works.
Yeah.
And I'm a cheapskate, so.
Okay. Should we do a second test? Give me a second.
Okay, so I'm just filling in some of the gaps here. Second test has been done.
Yeah.
Is it working?
Chat's not showing up in my.
Oh, I know why. I've not actually pressed the button for shared chat. So, there you go, that'll do it. Shared chat now works, everyone.
Good.
So if you chat in my channel, it shows up in Cornish's, and if you chat in Cornish's, it shows up here as well.
So if I do that, let's have a look.
Indeed, it worked.
Yeah.
It
okay.
works when you turn things on, I find.
Yeah, they do. They do tend to work when you turn them on.
Oh,
Right.
dearie me.
So I actually need to make myself another spray stick.
Right, I'm going to just leave
Somewhere.
it there. Now that I've sort of gently filled in the gaps a bit more, the vents and stuff.
Okay, well done. You don't to be on that end.
Hopefully, will be enough. If all else fails, I'm just going to paint stuff black, which is a bit of a pain in the bum, but it's doable. Right, this model is actually really in the way. Might clear a little section in my paint tub there and shove that there. There you go. Now,
Yeah, go for it.
now I'm not going to knock it when I'm going to clean my brush. Yes. There you go. Right. So,
Where did my clippers go?
where did your clippers go?
I don't know.
XV88.
Oh, there they are.
Our main colour. Right. Yeah, what's been going on with you this week?
It's been a bit of a mixed bag. I'm still at Citizens of Ice, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm still training, which is terrible. It's not that it's not that I don't like training. It's just that it's. I'm struggling to reinforce what I've learned, and I can't not learn the things that I'm learning about at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a like a double-edged sword. It's like it's great that I'm there and I'm I'm learning about how I'm going to make a difference, but actually, it's all well and good reading about what a difference things are going to make without actually doing them.
Yeah. You're finding
Which
that
is-
you're not able to fully learn or fully grasp everything until you've actually done it a few
'cause-
times.
Yeah. It boils down to how I learn. I don't learn something just by sitting down and reading it. Or reading about it. I actually need to sit there and do it, but I can't do it because there are things that I need to know beforehand, which is where I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
But I think the paid staff member that I've been shadowing
Yeah.
and observing on occasion, he's getting a little bit annoyed coming in and just sitting down and doing e-learning for 8 hours
Yeah.
every day.
Maybe you need to be given a couple of live cases and you know.
Well, it's not even that. It's like so that like there's all sorts of like programs and stuff that I need to know how to use, but
Yeah.
I'm only going to learn how to use them by actually using them.
Yeah.
And because I have to use volunteer equipment, no, that's fair. I don't have access to them. I have access to a facsimile, copy of,
Yeah.
but not. But a copy only does so much.
Yeah. It's,
So
it's not
yeah.
like a one-to-one replication.
Yeah, and like it's always a few updates behind, so there'll be features on the training one,
Yeah.
which either don't exist on the live one anymore, or have been updated and look different and act different.
Yeah. We moved a button
So-
from one place to a different place, and it's really confusing.
Yeah, I mean it's all online anyway, so it's not like there's a massive. It's not like it's what's what I'm looking for. Don't know what word I'm looking for, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's not difficult. It's not like an actual like program.
Yeah, it's not an ordeal, it's just... It's
No,
what it
it's
is.
just a system.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think. But unfortunately, my team manager's been sick the last few weeks, so he's not been in for me to have a chat with him. Because I was supposed to have a chat with him a few weeks ago, but I ended up having a one-to-one with the volunteer manager.
Oh, yeah.
And there should be a bit of a gap between the one-to-ones anyway. I shouldn't be having both on the same day. It should be, ideally, I have a one-to-one with the volunteer manager, then a month later I have a meeting with my team manager, and then alternate.
Yeah.
So having both on the same day is not ideal, but it turns out not to have been that case.
Yeah, sometimes things just have to happen, don't they? In a
Yeah.
certain way.
But so the Monday that we were supposed to have the meeting,
Yeah.
he ended up having to he rescheduled it twice and ended up cancelling it and booked it in for the next week. But I came in the next week and the person that I was shadowing was off on holiday, which is fine, you know.
Yeah.
Holiday's holiday. But the team manager was still off sick.
So you,
Or
were you
had been off
unsupervised?
sick since Friday at that point. Which is alright, okay, so I went in this week and the guy that I've been shadowing was back, but my team lead brought him. My team lead was still off.
Yeah.
So, and I think the person who I'm following is getting a bit. I don't know whether or not he's getting annoyed for me, if that makes sense. For just sitting there and doing e-learning since November.
I'll be getting impatient, but you know, it is what it is. You know.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, yeah, but like in a similar sort of bent is also like I wanted to start volunteering because I needed something on my resume.
Yeah.
Which is fine because I just don't have one. Like I've got my GCSEs and the fact that I went to college and that's about it.
Yeah.
I've got nothing else on it.
It's that catch-22. You know, how you to get a job you need experience, but in order to get experience you need a job.
Oh yeah, like
It's yeah.
and I hate job interviews. I absolutely despise them. Like I'm one of what maybe like 20 people who applied for this job, but I have no other skill set, which they look as a bad thing. But I just think, well, yeah, but then you don't have any bad habits to train out of me at the same time.
True.
And you know, more often than not, you know, you apply for. I don't know how long you've been in your job, but you apply for a job and either you hear nothing. So 6 weeks later, you're like, well, I guess I don't have it then. Thanks for letting me know.
In my experience, if you do get a job in an interview, you'll hear the same day, unless they've got interviews going on for like a couple of weeks, or like I find that they know who they want for the job almost immediately after they've finished the interview.
Yeah, but it's like, I think the thing that gets to me is that a lot of these places can afford to have an automated email system to be like, either reject you outright, or get the thank you for applying this position. We'll get back to you if we want to give you an interview.
Yeah,
and things like that.
The whole automated sort of TV reader situation where, like, if you haven't got like certain keywords in your application, they won't even acknowledge you, sort of thing. That bugs me.
That and the amount of fucking accounts you have to make as well.
Yeah.
I have left such a digital footprint from accounts that I've been forced to sign up with.
Yeah.
In order to send in my CV to hear nothing back from. And it's not just me that has a problem with it. Like a lot of people have a problem with it.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm going to keep trying. And it's like, would you hire somebody with nothing on their CV? Like, particularly when it comes to talking to, like, older relatives who have now since retired or,
yeah,
you know, or are self-employed. So they haven't had to do a job interview, like, in decades in some cases.
It's a rough market at the minute.
It's always a rough market. It's always a rough market when you're long-term sick as well.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's just like I want a job, I want to contribute, I want to do something, but you know, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say because I've been employed for, God, I don't even know anymore. It feels like it's
a while,
it's probably over a decade in the same job, the same place. So I don't really have any knowledge of the market at the minute. I don't know.
Bad.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's bad. And then with people fucking adding AI into their filtering fucking thing as well.
Yeah. I think. What's the best way to do it? Find a company that you'd like to work for, and just basically keep a. You know, if you've got like, say, if you wanted to work at a university or something, doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything like academic. You can just be admin. They always need admin.
I applied for admin. They never got back to me.
Yeah, but you know, just keep looking on their sort of opening page, and never be afraid to like contact them to say, hey, I didn't hear back, can you tell me why? Because they sort of, they don't necessarily have to, but they will probably get back to you and tell you why you were ruled out of before the interview stage, so that you can then tweak your application. And if you focus on like a couple of organizations, then you don't have to keep making accounts for different things. You just keep applying for every job that comes up that you think you could do. And just be annoying to them until they say yes. The Leonard from Big Bang Theory method.
It's been a long time since I watched Big Bang Theory, truth be told.
I've only just rewatched it. Completely forgot pretty much everything about it, and I thought I need something sort of inconsequential to watch on evenings when I've got nothing better to do. So I rewatched it, and it's not bad. And I'll probably rewatch it again in another 10 years. Probably while looking back and remembering the past nation of America fondly. Oh, I remember when America used to be a proper country.
God, I'd hate that it's been co-opted by women say, "We used to be a proper country." It's like, we still are, you fucking idiots.
No, I think the UK is pretty much done as a going concern. It's been successive governments have basically put the shutters down and wound down the nation's sort of industry to the point where we're just basically an aging service-led economy.
It will change, though. It will change for the better at some point. It has to.
I mean, it either will, or we'll just drift into a stagnant decline, which we are currently in. And
So
yeah.
apologies for those who came in for Lay-Hide Warhammer, and here we are talking about heavy shit.
Oh yeah, the heavy shit. Whilst painting some heavy shit. That's kind of half the course here.
So, because I have so much free time on my hands, which I know people hate hearing, but I'm like, well, I'm fucking unemployed. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I'm unemployed. I barely have any money at the best of times. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, what's more egregious? Me saying I have free time, or me going out on a Friday night?
Grim dark is grim. You're right, see
It
how
is.
you doing?
Yeah, the least you can say to yourself, at least I'm not a servitor.
Through that.
What was I going to say?
You got lots of time on your hands.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time on my hands because, you know, I'm unemployed. And I keep having this thought because while I am rapidly approaching the age where I will no longer be conscripted, if there is a significant conflict that opens up,
Which
and
is
Britain
looking more and
is
more likely
involved.
to happen as the days go by.
Russia's a paper tiger.
I'm
It's
not
not gonna be
talking.
Russia.
I'm not talking about Russia.
China?
No.
America?
Yes. I think the most likely thing at the moment is a war between America and probably its neighbours, supported by Europe and China. But anyway,
It's going to be interesting to see how, if
Yeah.
there is going to be one, how it's going to evolve and who's on what side.
An interesting thing is going to be what happens when Ukraine and Europe inevitably tell Russia and America to fuck right off with their deal. Because America may try to enforce the deal with boots on the ground, a peacekeeping force. And may, I reckon, try to essentially stop the war and essentially give Ukraine to the Russians. And then Europe would be forced to step in on the other side with boots on the ground. And I think that's probably the most likely escalation point that I can see.
I think
it would essentially be a proxy war where, you know, American and Russian soldiers are fighting side by side, which would be really fucking weird against Europeans. And
especially
for us
considering
NATO.
Russia's been America's boogeyman for decades, for
Yeah.
almost a century.
I mean, Russia basically bought the election, didn't they? For they rigged it for Trump in a lot of ways. Those Russian bots,
the recent one or the original one.
both.
Yeah.
There's a reason they wanted him back in, because he's essentially stopped all the aid to Ukraine, and he's basically negotiating for Russia at this point.
So the thing about stopping aid to Russia, like, is that Trump's doing or is that Elon's doing?
Both.
That's the thing.
I mean, technically, it's Trump's doing because he signed the piece of paper. But it's an outcome that's been bought and paid for by the Russians.
It's
I think Elon's basically currently more interested in looting the American sort of.
taxpayers.
Yeah, he's basically looting the whole of the government to enrich himself and his billionaire buds. That's the whole point. Essentially, just dismantling the country as a whole in order to just loot the riches. Take
Make more money.
Yeah, take a bunch of billions and put it in his bank account. Although there is a significant chance now that he's probably going to see, Elon at least, will see jail time.
How so?
There's a lot of ape shit happening in the background with the Department of Justice. And it's basically a race against time before Trump basically consolidates power to the point where the Department of Justice is doesn't need to exist, or should, or no longer has any power. If they can indict them, which is what they're aiming for at the moment, then things go back to normal, sort of. After a lot of damage has been done. The funnest thing is did you hear about Elon getting rid of the nuclear workers that were basically in charge of monitoring and maintaining the nuclear weapons supply, the stockpile?
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, that is very fun. That's
and they didn't realise he was doing it, and now they can't. They don't have access to their. They've deleted all their contact info, so they can't get hold of them anymore to get them back.
Yeah, well, they've deleted their email. I'm sure they must have like a.
Nope, they cannot reach them to call them back, which is very funny to me.
No man, it's almost like just cutting things willy-nilly is a really bad fucking idea.
Like having a gang of 19-year-old incels and giving them the keys to pretty much every database in the country is a extremely poor decision.
Yeah, like not only that, just like the fucking rampant disinformation he's going on about as well. Like, oh, there's 150-year-olds claiming social security, and it's just like, no, this is just how the coding system for the social security system works, and it basically goes, if you're over, it was
a quirk of the code, like a 60-year-old coding system, because it couldn't do dates properly. You had it basically based the date that it is now off of a specific date in the past, and if you don't input the specific date somewhere, it spits out whatever, just wrong numbers.
Out, I believe, was it was something of May 1975, I think it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1875, not 1975. 1875.
Yeah.
Because that is a reference point for, I think at that point, it was... I don't know why they chose that, but I think it was also at the point where the average life expectancy...
It was a specifically agreed upon date during one of the sort of tech conferences back in the... I think it was the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point you would be 95, and America in the 60s didn't have things like the EPA, and there was leaded paint chips. Lead was in fucking everything. Lead was in your gasoline for your cars and all that other shenanigans. So they sort of went, well, nobody's really living to 100, so that's fine. At the time that they made this system, which was back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Like, even still, that would still mean that you would be like 115 or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah,
so,
because he's like
there are some people out there who can't. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they saw this like error pop up on the screen, and because he's so fucking terminally online, and he thought he had a massive gotcha, he got excited and fucking tweeted it out, not checking anything. And that's sort of how it's been going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So annoying.
I also love the fact that he just doesn't understand politics outside of his own country.
No.
Actually, not even his own country.
I was going to say, he doesn't understand politics full stop.
Well, one, he's an illegal immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the US on a student visa, and yeah, he was supposed to go home, and he didn't. He stayed. So technically, he's an illegal immigrant, but he's rich, so people don't give a fuck. That's the rub. Right, you can bug off over that.
You like you like the condoms for Gaza thing? Didn't check the details.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's gone over my head. I think I don't remember that one.
Oh wow. I'm not in the process of doing some detail-oriented work, so I will have a look.
Yeah, this whole stream is me basically doing all the detail now. This is the tough bit for me because I'm very shaky-handed and not very accurate. I just bashed my microphone again because I'm an idiot.
Oh, here we go. This is from CNN.
Okay.
Elon getting Muskrat acknowledged Tuesday that there might not have been a federal plan to spend $50 million on condoms for Gaza. 2 weeks after the White House press secretary told the full story at an official briefing, and more than a week after the president basically doubled the phony figure to 100 million, and said the condoms are going to Hamas. Some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be corrected. Muskrat, the billionaire businessman who is leading a Trump administration initiative they call the Department of Government Efficiency, or everyone's calling it Doge.
Yeah.
We shouldn't call it Doge, just call it douche.
Yeah.
Said when the report told him the Gaza story was wrong. Quote, so nobody's going to bat 1,000. I mean, we'll have to make mistakes. We won't make mistakes, but have to act quickly to correct any mistakes. Really? Like how you said that you saved $8 billion from all this stuff that you were cutting, when really you saved only $8 million and didn't correct that. Of all the stuff they've done, they've saved $8 million. That's it.
Mm-hmm. But how much damage have they done? Many, many more millions than 8.
Oh, they have looted everything.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's done. I'd known him for upteen millions for condoms to Gaza, but didn't notice it was a different Gaza. Yeah, it's funny, like, you can have multiple places in the world named the same thing. Stares at every single American city name.
Pretty much. Yeah, I prefer the old York, thank you.
Yeah.
York's a really nice place, actually.
Well, here's the thing. New York wasn't originally called New York. It was called New Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Because the Roosevelts... wonder what they're doing politically these days. The Kennedys seem to have made a comeback with RFK Jr.
Comeback is a strong word.
I don't know. Part of an AIDS prevention program elsewhere in Africa. Yeah, because that's what we also need on top of the COVID pandemic. We also need another AIDS outbreak for the government to ignore and let millions of people die again from.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're going full on with they're pressing the bird flu button, aren't they? They are fully pressing that button.
The CDC has been instructed by the federal government, i.e. the White House, to not communicate with itself or the public with any potential strains for any form of pandemic warning.
Shocking. I would
Which
say
would be hilarious.
I'm not shocked.
Which would be hilarious when, say, bird flu does turn out to be a global pandemic, like COVID was, and everyone looks at the CDC and goes, "Why didn't you say anything?" And they went, "We were mandated not to tell you."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ridiculous.
It is. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. If there's any Americans watching who didn't vote for Trump, I am deeply sorry for you. And yeah.
Or if you did vote for Trump and you're having buyer's remorse, I mean, I don't want to say we told you so, but we told you so. But
We did. And if you vote for Trump and you don't have the buyer's remorse, and I know that a significant portion of the 140k community does unfortunately tend to be that kind of person, go fuck yourself.
Speaking of the 140k community,
Oh yes.
there are 2 very wholesome parts of it.
Okay.
That is the Chaos Knights
It's
community and the Astra Militarum community. Because Chaos Knights are quite underrepresented in player numbers.
Yeah.
They've got quite a reasonably small following. Not enough to, not make the minis, but small enough to notice. Whereas the Ashtameditara, same with the Ashtameditaran, but that's because, they're not genetically engineered super warriors of some variety. Or madman posing as priests, or priests, madman priests pretending they're scientists. Looking at you, Admech. But yeah, but because the card have been like, oh, they're just dudes with las guns for so long, are sort of written off as that.
Yeah.
The community just sort of at least on of all places, Reddit, they sort of come together and gone, we just like them because they're neat.
Yeah.
Because they are just dudes with las guns. That's what we like. That's what attracted me to playing it. Because it's like, one, I read a couple of books, and I'm just like, Jesus, like these are just dudes with las guns. What the? They're doing so well. And also because like, as silly as it sounds, like it's all well and good playing, as I said, like a super technologically advanced race or something like that. But sometimes you just need bodies. You just need a lot of bodies doing a lot of shooting, whether it's effective or not.
You leave my tower alone.
There's also reference to the Necrons with that one.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, the Necrons can suck it.
To be fair, like, the Necrons are probably not far off technologically where humanity was back in like M15.
Right.
Yeah, because at one point humanity's understanding of technology before the war with the Men of Iron.
Yeah.
Don't know how well you know your Warhammer lore.
I'm a bit sketchy on the 30k stuff.
So the 30k stuff is the whole timeline. Let's start from M2, which is what we're in technically.
Yeah.
And go all the way up to recent-ish 40k.
Yeah.
M2, humanity, gradually sort of expands its knowledge in industrial bases and whatnot. Eventually, at some point, somehow becomes politically unified.
Yeah.
And starts space exploration. Starts colonizing the rest of the solar system for the first time.
Spice! Tim Curry.
Space! Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Starts colonizing the rest of the solar system and starts sending ships to other solar systems, to other star systems. But the issue with that is like humanity hasn't invented it. One isn't aware of the warp at the time, and also doesn't understand. Just hasn't developed a method of FTL travel.
Yeah.
So these ships get sent out with a giant 3D printer called an STC, Standard Template Constructor. This is what the Mechanicus has such a hard-on for finding in modern day 40k.
Yeah.
So they all get sent out, and they're supposed to go and find habitable planets, or hopefully habitable planets. But these ships take generations to get from A to B.
I had a GURPS campaign that sort of followed that sort of lines, but carry on.
So, over time, humanity discovers or learns about the warp because it's theorized. So, you've heard of the throne technology, right?
I'm thinking of the Golden Throne and thinking it's probably wrong.
You're on the right track.
Okay.
So, whenever somebody's in command of a starship, or a Titan, or a Knight, they use what's called a throne. So the Golden Throne, which the Emperor sits on, is one example.
Oh, okay.
But actually, there's many others that that do important roles, but they're just not as important as the Golden Throne. It's theorized that at some point, Like, this is back when humanity was a lot more accepting of other people.
Yeah.
That humans and Eldar worked together to develop throne technology so humans could use it.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of like cooperation with the original humanity.
So
But
the original
whereas-
interactions with the Eldari was potentially positive.
It's theorized because there's no record of it anymore.
Right, okay.
You know, like, because, you know, it's been 20 or 30, no, yeah, 25,000 years. Like, no records exist that long.
Many millennia.
Many millennia, yes. But yeah, so as I said, it's theorized that humanity was a lot more sort of cooperative with not with a variation of the Eldar that existed at that time. Same with orcs,
Okay.
because it's only really been in like the past like I want to say 15,000 years in the 40k universe
Okay.
that orcs are what we know them as now. Scrappy boys looking for a fight. And yeah, blueprints of the M113 survive much longer for some reason. Are you talking about rhinos?
Fucking rhinos.
Yeah.
They're absolute
Yeah.
fucking poo. The pooest tanks.
Oh, they're great. They serve the role that they're designed to serve adequately well. Which is either as troop transports or as light fire support.
Or dick suckers. They're good at that.
But yeah, so eventually humanity discovers about the warp, and then rather than but sort of approach it with a more with a significantly more scientific based attitude towards it. So that was why they created, I think it was, but obviously with with how technologically advanced they were, obviously they started experimenting with artificial intelligence.
Oh, that's not good. That never goes
And
well.
no, it doesn't. And that's what led to the creation of the Men of, I think it's the Men of Bronze, the Men of Iron, and the Men of Gold.
Yeah.
Bronze were meant for like menial labor. Men of Iron were needed like some level of autonomy in order to do their work,
Yeah.
but could handle more complex jobs. And I think Men of Gold specifically were intelligent enough that you could have a conversation with them. But I think they were also the only ones that could, funnily enough, navigate the warp. They basically took on the role of navigators before navigators became a thing.
They must have had some sort of psionic.
Ability then.
Yeah. But the thing is that because it was an artificial intelligence, but they still invented Geller fields to put around ships, which is what keeps the terrible warp stuff outside the ship in theory.
Yeah, and I have to say, I can't hear the name of that without thinking of Friends.
Of what?
Friends? Yella?
Friends. Oh yeah.
Just Ross. Just
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. Well,
it's just
Do you
Ross's
know-
face on the front of the ship. Just like, yeah.
yeah. Well, do you know something really funny?
Go on.
You know the Land Raider for Space Marines?
Yes.
That was either developed or the STC for that was either developed or found by somebody called Archon Land.
Oh no.
So the Land Raider is literally Land's Raider, but it's just slowly homogenized into Land Raider.
That is lore that someone wrote after naming the thing.
Yeah.
Damn it.
To be fair, he was also like as close as you can get to a genius in the Mechanicus as well when it came to innovation. and what he was allowed to innovate with. Given the Mechanicus' whole, we don't like it, we don't need to innovate. All the knowledge is out there. We just need to find it. Attitude.
Yes. The knowledge that is there is perfect and should not be tweaked.
Exactly. That's basically their shtick.
Yes.
But yeah. What was another thing? Yeah. So back to the timeline. The civil war that happened between humanity and the men of Iron was so cataclysmically bad that it basically destroyed the human empire. Which is why, and then it was left like that for a good 10,000 years. Up until the reunification war, which took a long fucking time, by the way.
Yeah.
The unification wars on Terra were not like, oh, it's been like 10 years. No, it took like 800 years.
Damn.
And it was during that time that the Emperor decided to start creating the Thunder Warriors, which are the precursors to Space Marines.
Yeah.
And started making all these technological advancements. But really, the technology that's available to the Imperium in 40k and what was available in 30k are mere fucking shadows of what humanity had been able to make.
Yeah.
Which is insane. It's basically like on the same level as Necrons in terms of, excuse me. And again, yeah, like humanity at one point was on par or close to on par with the Necrons compared to any other faction out there. And it all went to pot, possibly because of the Eldar.
Scary me.
Yeah.
So now humanity is searching the galaxy for scraps of its former self so that it can rebuild some shit.
Yeah. Like, to put this into perspective as to how important finding fragments of STCs are. Hey, Jack, how you doing?
Welcome in, Jack. Howdy do to you.
A tech priest or a rogue trader found a single, not very corrupted file of an STC from an STC computer, and that had just the manufacturing process on how to make a certain alloy like 10 times stronger.
Nice.
And they applied that to every single combat knife that the Space Marines use. That's how important these STCs are. Just slightly tweaking the production process made this one particular alloy so much better.
Yeah.
That it was immediately given to all the Astartes. Not the guard, the dudes who get given bayonets and probably use them a lot more often than Space Marines use combat knives. But that's by the by.
Yeah, the guard don't need that.
No, they don't.
How's it going anyway, Jack? Welcome in. Welcome to me and Cornish's little Wednesday corner, where we chill and paint some Space Marines. Not Space Marines. Some Warhammer 40Ks. I do sometimes paint Space Marines. I'm currently doing a tail.
Traitor.
A rather big boy.
Channing trying to figure out my Thousand Suns scheme. Ooh, okay.
Nice.
When you is this like a new thing, a new project, or is this like a rehash of one that you've already been doing? I don't think I've actually pulled some arms off you. That's a problem.
I'm trying to make this paint last a little longer because I've only got a tiny bit left to do. And this arm is done.
I might not have another set of arms.
Oh no. Does that mean you have to go looking in your spare bits box, or?
No, it just means I haven't taken them off the bloody sprue. And I'm looking at them. At least I think so, right. That's standard guardsman, they can go over there. That's standard guardsman, they can go over there. That's a standard guardsman, they can go over there. Look at that. Okay, that's fine. So...
Okay, the XV88 on the big gun arm is pretty much done now.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I cut enough arms off. That's a problem.
That's a shame.
Yeah, well. So going back to Jack Blue's project for his Thousand Sun scheme, I think there should be one or two of your Thousand Suns that have the original paint scheme that the Legion had. So red with gold. And then have your rubrics, I think, if you want to keep them sort of, if you want to use a canon paint scheme, do them blue and gold because they're supposed to be like that because they're just ghosts haunting armor.
That could work.
But yeah.
It's interesting that could work. I like the idea of somehow making an area where the model's been shot or burned or something, and you've got the new paint job over the old paint job that gets exposed by damage to the armor. The idea of that.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been that someone's hit him with a flamer, and it's just melted some of the paint off and revealed the old stuff.
The old stuff that nobody knows how to make anymore. That's a lot more durable.
Oh my god! Right. So, quick update on my model. Just turn me autofocus off and zoom in a little bit. There's the XV88 on the gun arm. So you can see the where I've nulled. You see the nice flat brown colour now. Obviously, the rest of the colours still need redoing, but
nice.
Yeah, it's
good, dude.
It's looking tidy.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna go in the gun bit there with some black, maybe. We'll see. Let's do it because the Nuln did not have the design effect here. I'm gonna go with the black. Done. Because I'm doing very fiddly work, I'm gonna need my smallest brush, which I believe is this one. There's my tiniest brush on the. You can see just how tiny that is. Tiny brush. Let's get some black on there. Don't need too much of it. Right. I think I'm going to go section by section on this model. I'm going to do this arm, and then I'll work on the torso.
Sounds like a plan.
Plan on doing all regular color schemes, just trying to figure out how you want to do it. Thanks.
So a friend of mine has started. A friend of mine's partner has actually bought her first 40k army, but it's actually doing Thousand Suns.
Nice.
What she did was she took. She started by doing the blue because she's gone with the original color scheme because this is her first army, just makes more sense. That is. There we go. It just makes sense for her to keep to an official color scheme rather than try and make her own one. And she started off doing the Marines, the Thousand Sun Marines blue,
Yeah.
and then doing the gold over the top.
Okay.
But she found that was so incredibly fiddly
Yeah.
that it was easier to just undercoat the whole thing gold
Yeah.
and then do the blue over the top.
That makes sense. Like for me, I undercoat the whole model, the tower models in brown, and then work from there. That's how I do anyway.
For my base coat, I went through 4 shades of blue-green with a sponge, and then glazed to blue metallic. Okay. Ooh. Do you have you got any pictures of that you can put up in either? I want to start Warhammer with the Raven Guard Space Marines. Do you have any tips? Ooh, that's a good question. What do you think?
You want to start Warhammer with the Raven Guard Space Marines? Sure. The Raven Guard's actually not a bad. They're all black, aren't they? Black and white. A bit like the Imperial, not the
Black Templars.
Yeah, the Black Templars. A little bit with just a different emblem. I believe that's an Imperial Fist chapter, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Not a bad way to go, to be honest. It's a quite easy paint scheme to pull off. Just basically spray it black and paint the white on.
Doesn't show that when I take pics on my phone. Oh, okay.
Ah, no worries. It's all lighting when you're taking photos on a phone.
Yeah. Are you talking about what models to get, or how to paint them?
What's the combat patrol like these days on the Space Marines?
Terrible.
Ah, yeah, don't do that then.
Okay, so like what would be the quote baseline Space Marine one is terrible,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be that hard to take, say, like the Space Wolf Combat Patrol, for example. Because the only thing that makes the Space Wolf Combat Patrol the Space Wolf is that it gives you 2 lots of the upgrade sprue, which have like a Space Wolf specific stuff on them.
I would say it's got these classic Space Marine shoulders and stuff on it anyway, so you don't need the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
So yeah, so it would... Hang on, is Twitch being a bum? Twitch is being a bum. Yeah, like it was showing me the shared viewership, and then now it's not sharing me the shared viewership on Twitch dashboard for whatever reason.
I've got ads running currently. That might explain something.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, I think you're dry enough that I can put you down for now.
Yeah, I think the current sort of situation with the Space Marines is a bit... If you're starting fresh now, it's probably a good idea. It's a good thing. Because I've got a load of the old models, which honestly look shit compared to the Intercessors. And the new Terminators are a lot chunkier as well. Yeah, just I'd say just start off with a couple of squads of the ranged Intercessors and a box of the close range ones.
That's literally what the Space Wolf one is.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go then.
I am just going to double check
Space Wolf
that right
box.
now. Space Wolf.
What does it come with in terms of vehicle or heavy?
The vehicle is it's an Invicta something or other.
Oh, if it's the runic, I'm tempted.
It's not the Runic, it's the Invicta Tactical Warsuit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
so
seen
you
that
get
before.
a Primaris Lieutenant,
Nice.
an Invicta Tactical Warsuit, 10 Intercessors,
Okay.
and 5 Revivers,
Nice.
which are like the Phobos like quick boys,
Yeah.
which I think would work really well with Raven Guard, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then it says two sprues of the Space Marine upgrade, Primaris upgrades, so you just don't use the upgrades.
Yeah, just don't use
Sell them on.
upgrades. Yeah, sell the upgrades on eBay. Make a quick buck. Yo, Bob's your uncle. You've got a little army there.
Yeah. And then when you want to expand that and go for more things that are a bit more sort of
Raven Guard.
thematic, yeah, and fit the Raven Guard a bit more, go for intercessors with jump packs.
Nice.
Because they are technically a separate thing.
Yeah. Yes, the new assault squad, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, all eBay rescues. Like, Space Marines are really cheap on eBay and Vinted.
Yeah. I mean, Space
All you need
Marines
to do...
are the most commonly resold on models, because, you know, people start the hobby, go with the Space Marines, obviously, because everyone goes for the Space Marines as the first army. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
They get buyer's remorse and like, oh, I can't be arsed with this hobby, and then they sell it on.
Do you still have ads, by the way? Sure
No, my ads are finished.
Okay, I just want to see whether or not this person. Oh, okay. I think they've just dipped.
Oh, fair enough. We saw the adverts and went, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, well, that's a shame.
It is a shame, but you know, Elon's got to, not Elon, Bezos has got to make his money somewhere, I guess.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah. I mean, yeah. Then again, like if you also then just turn around and go to third-party sellers as well.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember which goes from 100 quid to 80. You know.
So yeah, I think that's a good way to go. In fact, you know what? I am actually technically starting a new Space Marine army, even though I've got really like a lot of the older models. I might actually go for that just to get myself kick-started, because I've currently got one intercessor squad, a box of the old Terminators, which I sort of resent having now, and yeah,
I'll take them off your hands.
I will. I do need to paint them, but I don't want to have, because I love Terminators, and I'm going to have two full squads, and I don't want them mismatched. I don't want shitty Terminators and fancy looking Terminators. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it is.
That's fair.
Yeah. Right, Red is next. Yeah, so because I'm doing it in like sections, I might not get the full model done today, but I'll get something done.
Yeah, I need to, actually get these dudes assembled.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's new in the world of Buller, shall I? This week.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't ask that question back to you. I really apologise for that one.
It's all right. Either you're gonna try Emperor's Children. Are we gonna try it?
I am not, because someone in my gaming group has already started making an Emperor's Children army, and that was way before they were announced.
Yeah.
So I am not personally, no.
I am not. I don't know. I don't think so. I've got my Space Marines, and I think they're chaos. I don't really do chaos. No. I think the next army I'm going to make is I'm probably going to go with a squats army.
What, Votan?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Why?
Oh dear. No, not oh dear, Votan. Oh dear, I'm goofed.
Oh no.
On my end, with the model I'm making. The hands don't quite line up, but you know what? No one's going to see that.
Fine, just mash it in. No one will see. No one will see.
Yeah.
But this week, the Muller household has begun the boycott of America.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You might try to do it. Well, fair enough. I look forward to seeing your results.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, I have painted Space Marine.
Nice.
As in, a single one.
Yes.
I do need to get more. He's a chunky boy. He's a librarian and a Terminator.
I have the original. Well, I have the old. What was it, 4th or 5th edition that I used to play? Yeah, I have the Terminator librarian model from way back when it was a metal model.
Yeah.
Painted very badly in ultramarine blue. You hate the face, man. You hate it on mine. Just hate faces.
He's talking about the. Yeah, unfortunately, it's there's the two models. I got that and a captain in Terminator armor. That a friend of mine gave to me because he's not done with his Ultramarines, but like he's just doing other projects at the moment, so he doesn't want to add to that backlog when he's not actively doing it. But yeah, like, and they were pushed to fit, and honest to God, I should have clipped them off the sprue, spray painted each bloody individual thing, and then put it together, or then painted it and then put it together. Because Jesus Christ, oh, it's push to fit. It's really simple. No, it's not. I had to almost break the librarian model apart in order to put his fucking head in, because that was step 2, not step 5. It was so dumb.
Oh man, yeah, push fit models never work in my experience.
Yeah.
Just touch it. All right, Rob Dog, I will. Touch. There you go. How you doing, Rob Dog?
I was there. I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob Dog. You'll be able to hear this now. There's an American in chat. I am officially boycotting America. Anything American that I can boycott, I am doing so. I'm doing it in solidarity with the Canadians. Yeah, because America is currently a
Falling apart.
yeah, it's a fascist state effectively, and it is threatening to invade its neighbors, and it is doing a lot of bad shit. America, exactly. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Until they can get themselves back on track, back into, you know, the civilized world. I'm replacing everything that I used to buy that was American with non-American. So I've managed to change everything that I buy, you know, shopping-wise, like groceries-wise, apart from one thing, and I don't know, I don't have a solution to this. So does anyone know of any non-American colas? Because I need mixers for my for me drinks, and yeah, too soon. I don't think I can just like mix it with sugar, but I might give it a go. They get too desperate. Yeah, what? How do I drink whiskey? I can't drink it straight. That's unacceptable. But like, it's just no good alternative for cola.
Where are you? Wait, are we legitimately talking about evading in Canada? I thought that was a joke. No. Buller is boycotting things in solidarity with Canada.
Yeah, and Trump is not joking. Trump means exactly what he says. He's an idiot. He doesn't understand what the repercussions of what he's saying, but he fucking means it. America might not actually do it. The military might just literally tell him to fuck off if he gives the order, like they did when who was it? Nixon gave the order to send nukes to Russia, was it? And the military just went, no, we're not doing that.
What, to nuke Russia?
Yeah. There was a glitch in the monitoring software, and it's effectively, I think it was Nixon basically drunkenly gave the order to fire, and the military was just like, no. So it might never happen, but if he's threatening.
It honestly sort of depends whether or not he gets Trump loyalists in like chief of army. And the Joint Chiefs of Staff, but that remains to be seen. But even then, like, even they have to realise that, a nuclear war is a nuclear war. The Russian soldiers on a sub saved us all from World War III. You hear about that? Yes.
Yeah.
That man. There was two actually. There was two Russians that saved the world from World War III. One of them was that Russian soldier on a sub that you're talking about, and another one was based on a monitoring station, which thought that American nukes were on the way. And he was like, I'm skeptical of this. I'm very skeptical. It was either that or he might have been American. I know the obviously the dude in the sub was Russian, but I'm not sure about the other. I'm not sure about the other guy. Can't remember what he was. But he was like, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna just tell people to get ready to shoot. I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And he was right. It was a glitch.
Anyway, yeah, the main reason I'm doing it is just the fucking disrespect that America is currently showing to its allies, and
To everybody.
yeah, if they want to treat their allies like that, then they don't have any allies left. I think the current only actual ally is Russia, because Trump is basically trying to hand Ukraine to Russia at the moment, so that's fun.
And Israel, don't forget Israel.
Oh yeah, and yeah, he's trying to send American troops to finish the what's it fucking called? What's the word?
Genocide?
Yes, that's the word. To finish the genocide on behalf of Israel. And then they're going to turn it into a nice casino that'll be bankrupt within fucking weeks of Trump's track records, anything to go by. Oh, I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah, so I'm boycotting American goods. I am not buying anything from an American company.
Honestly, I think own brand fizzy drinks is already be good enough.
Cola though is Asda's own brand cola. Fucking poo. It is poo.
Well, unfortunately, that's the sacrifice.
Yeah, it is. I need something better.
Aldi do a cola. It's like it's either a brand that only sells through them, or it's like their own brand, but with it's not just Aldi on it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But that's it's passable. It's okay.
You're trying to just make your own.
Yeah, get a soda stream.
I've made beer before. That was nice. I actually blew a keg up making beer once.
Well done.
Yeah. I also tried to make chili beer, and the sugar in the chili over fermented it, and these were bottled. To the point where the second you take the cap off, it just went all the way to the ceiling and just soaked.
Jesus,
it was grim. And the beer was spicier than death. It was the spiciest thing I've ever put in my mouth. Real cola Nut is really good. I have looked. I saw in Asda Fever Tree. You know the company that does the really overly expensive mixers.
Yeah.
They do a tiny bottle cola, which I might be forced to go for. I just need to check whether Fever Tree is owned by someone like Coke or something.
Was it Fever Tree?
Yeah, but on the other side, the corruption has to stop, or there will be no. Yeah, I just feel sorry for like most Americans at the moment, because fuck me. especially for the ones who are, in the target groups, especially trans people. There aren't many of them, but they are getting absolutely destroyed. Did you hear about I think she was trans, the trans Marine, or was she a Marine? Or anyway,
Was this about the first airplane crash?
No.
Okay.
Essentially, I think it was a couple of days ago, or over the weekend, last weekend or something. A trans soldier, a veteran, an ex-soldier, I guess. What's the word for it? Is it veteran?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically hung herself in a parking garage, and her suicide note was fucking powerful. Got released by one of the media outlets, and yeah, it was basically saying this is not a surrender. This is a big fuck you to the nation that I fought for and that no longer exists. But yeah, most
It does
of
get a bit mad, don't it?
yeah, most of the news outlets wouldn't post it, even though they had it available to them. I can't remember which media outlet did it. I think it was Midas Touch or something. Yeah, they just posted the suicide note in full and just like, fuck me, that is rough.
It is rough. Like, imagine, going to Iraq or Afghanistan fighting for your values. Bear in mind that they were not good wars to be in.
They were pretty nasty.
Yeah, and then, things like Don't Ask, Don't Tell get dropped. And shenanigans like that, and you feel comfortable coming out, and then a new administration comes in and just absolutely flattens all the progress that's been made over the past 20 years. In the space of a few weeks, like, it will be enough to send anyone into a spiral.
Exactly. And so it reads like a bit like the monk that set himself on fire. That's the Rage Against the Machine album cover. I know. Was this the one that was Tibetan monk? Was it?
Vietnamese monk?
I don't know. It's one of them.
Vietnam that set himself on fire. There was a lot of immolation among Buddhists.
Yeah, but
I'm slightly scared.
Yeah, but basically it feels a lot like that in terms of like a protest. Just like, yeah. It's a pretty scary place to be, America right now, I guess. Especially if you are gay, trans, just not white. Yeah, rough. And you keep seeing these, these videos that are posted of like people from minority backgrounds just getting absolutely fucking ripped apart. Just in public. And it's horrible. It's horrifying.
It is, yeah.
Wish there was an organisation to help those peeps during a rough time like that. Well, yeah, there are charities, but the charities can't operate in such a toxic environment.
Look at the Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, exactly. And you got laws passed, basically making it illegal for a doctor to perform an abortion, even if it's life-saving. He's like, oh well, fucking hell. Yeah, there was a video posted to TikTok, and it was basically a girl who had a mitopic pregnancy or something. Where basically the baby's fucking dead, and it's going to kill her, and the doctors were refusing to do the life-saving surgery because it is too close to an abortion, because they were all afraid that they'd get arrested or jailed. So it was essentially her saying goodbye, because she was gonna die because the doctors refused to do anything. Awful.
It is. It's wild that this is happening in 2023. 2025.
Yeah, no, it's
To be fair, like, since the pandemic, the years have just sort of blended together with no real substance to them.
Yeah.
Apart from, oh, for fuck's sake, when it comes to social and political issues.
Yeah. I mean, Rob Dog, you haven't just gone back in time, mate. You've made it. You've gone back in time and then made things worse. Oh man, it's grim. Really, it's fully grim. My latest song
So here's
is in progress and it is terrifying. I have made a monster and it has a 2-minute long intro, which is now finally almost complete. Still tweaking the end bit of it, but my god, that didn't. Yeah. First time I listened to the full intro back to myself, I was just like, fuck me, I've gone too far with this.
what do you say you've gone too far? What do you mean? Is it what, like politically charged? Or?
Very. Yeah.
Oh.
It's
okay.
Yeah. I think I might have gone a little far with it.
Yeah, you're fine.
Probably.
You mentioned Rage Against the Machine earlier, right?
Yeah.
They were told they were on the BBC. I think they were on before the Watershed, and they were told they weren't allowed to swear while live on air. And they came out on stage and went, "Well, we were told we were allowed to swear online, so we're gonna play this song," and literally played "Fuck you, I don't do what you tell me."
I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live on the BBC.
Yeah. It's pre-swearing, so it's yeah. The intro to my next album, basically. I've got a few songs planned out on it, but fuck, it's not going to be a fun time, but it's going to be cathartic for me. Yeah.
Well, it's art at the end of the day, isn't it? Art's supposed to be expressive.
Yeah.
If you're feeling the things that you're feeling, that is going to reflect itself in your art.
Yeah.
And art is a much more productive outlet, shall we say, than other things.
Yeah, and yeah.
We're staying true to who they are. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But yeah, my if you want after the stream, I'll show you what I've got so far. It's
yeah, go for it.
It features clips from speeches from Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Charlie Chaplin from the Great Dictator.
Okay.
It features Hitler. It features Trump, or Orange Hitler, as I like to call him. It doesn't have any Elon in it, thank fuck, because I don't want to hear his fucking smarmy ass fucking voice. Yeah, it's got a bunch of shit. It's 2 minutes that is the when it ends you think, oh, that was a lot. Jeez.
Oh, so you know how Trump is another word for fart,
Oh yeah.
and Musk is another word for a certain type of smell. Does that mean that the two of them combined are stinky and the lame?
Oh dear. Fucking felons is what they are. Dangerous felons.
Oh yeah, they are felons, absolutely. Absolutely. But, unfortunately, us being Brits, we can't do a lot about it.
Well,
However, if you're in America and you are not happy with currently what's going on, make a phone call to your local representative.
Yes.
And keep phoning them.
Yes, your
Keep phoning them.
Congress people are at least currently legally obliged to listen to you. Democracy may not last very long, but currently they have to listen to you.
So here's the thing, right? Here's something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What America is currently. I know we could bang on about America, but if America wants to portray itself as the shining example that all other countries should be, and they are falling very, very, very far below that standard, then we are sort of not obligated, but that there is
we're well within our rights.
Quite a bit of reason to be colourful with our language when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, it's just the sheer hypocrisy that does my head in.
Yeah. Oh, brain, come on.
It sounded like Trump.
The last time. Thanks.
Where was I? Where was I? I can't remember what I'm saying.
No, it's the fucking ADHD brain that isn't
It's
medicated
fine,
properly. The last time, basically America's in the Gilded Age 2.0. What happened the last time there was a Gilded Age?
Shit.
Great Depression.
Indeed.
And then you had a government like then you had a president like FDR. Admittedly, we can't ever have a president in the United States like FDR again. One, because of term limits. Two, do you really think the American public is going to elect a disabled man?
Well, I mean, they've already convicted a felon over a woman. So,
I mean, yeah, but
felons are
we've had
fine.
We've had what 3 presidential elections which have involved a woman candidate, and none of them have got elected.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is.
Oh yeah. I mean, I say that in Britain, where we currently have a problem, where we absolutely have the same sort of problem.
I wish
people
we've
vote
just
for
got a potato
personalities.
in power, but at least it's not a cabbage like we did previously. Anyone would have been better than her. I don't know. Trump's not.
I think. See, I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are many things that I disagree with about Kamala, but I honestly think that there were some significant strategic decisions in the campaign that should not have been made.
Okay.
Like, Biden should have dropped out earlier.
Right.
From the presidential race. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
He should have thrown his lot behind Kamala immediately, rather than, oh no, I'm going to run again. What day is it? Tuesday? Oh well, I better go to school because it's 1973. No. It's not 1973, it's 2023. There's a difference.
But just a little one.
Yeah, just a little one.
There you go. But Gyenna's gold.
I want to like Gyenna's gold, but unfortunately for me it always seems to want to separate. Like all the time.
Yeah, my Gyenna's is pretty separate. Is that what it should? Is that what it should be? Or am I going to stir this and it's going to be a different colour? I think I'm going to stir this and it's going to be a different colour. Right, here we go.
Have you got like a stick or something, like a painting stick?
I'm just going to use the bottom of one of my brushes, to be honest.
Yeah, could do.
I'll use one of the ones that's fairly new and doesn't have paint coming off it. Anyway, yeah, so the long and short of it is I am not buying American shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's a couple of things that I can't get rid of. Twitch is one, because, you know, I make money off it. YouTube, because there is literally nothing else going on the online video sort of hosting situation. Okay, just absolutely stirring the fuck out of this and hoping that I can get it back to the colour it was, although there is clumps at the bottom there that need to be resolved. Metal paints don't dry up real fucking quick, don't they?
Yeah. I think it's because they're like quartz based.
Yeah.
Where did my skin tone go?
That's looking a lot better.
Oh, Jesus. Ow, my hands.
I think that's going to be good. Right, let's just use the rest of this. Just go. Clean that
Oh,
up.
right. Pocket there in front of me.
There we go. Sorted. Right. Get us gold. Put us gold. Right, where's me brush again? Oh, there it is. Did put it back at the pot deliberately. Kept it separate so I could find it. And then lost it.
But
Give it a good shake.
oh, this Berserker is not dry. I thought it was, but it's not.
Right then, I might go ahead and do a bunch of the gold since I'm on for this effort, rather than just sticking to the one bit of the model. There you go. So, well, there is quite a lot of gold on this section here.
Right. I'll put you up there. Fucking leave you for a good long while.
Nice. Yeah, I found this week to be quite a nice challenge. Finding alternatives and shopping locally has been quite nice as well.
Yeah.
And I was gonna buy a T-shirt this month, and I did, but I was gonna do it on Amazon, as everyone buys everything off Amazon, don't they? Unfortunately, but I am no longer going to be buying anything off Amazon, so I went direct to the artist that I was buying a T-shirt off, and unfortunately, I spent like double what I was going to spend, but the money goes directly to the artist, and
yeah, that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's the, like, boycotts are not only supposed to be disruptive to whoever you're boycotting, but they do also tend to have the same effect on you, like you trying to find cola and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And unfortunately, that is just the nature of the beast.
It is the challenge at hand, isn't it? Yeah, so I spent 35 quid on a single T-shirt, which is the most money I've spent on a single T-shirt in my entire life, and that's including all of the gigs I've been to.
Probably pay a lot more for ones at a gig nowadays.
I don't know about that, not 35. A hoodie, yes. But not a T-shirt.
I think it depends. Like, unfortunately, I've got some really good T-shirts, but they are now too small because I am now too fat.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like, I've got a bunch of like nerdy T-shirts that I just can't wear anymore.
Oh.
Which is really sad, but if anything, this should be a motivator for me to lose weight, but apparently it's not.
Not enough of a motivator.
Yeah, well, the thing is that I get, like, again, like, not only that, like, I'll also pick them up in very specific places, like, mainly MCM,
Okay.
like Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I would get, and, we're talking, like, I paid, like, 45 quid for 3 T-shirts.
That's not bad, though.
And that was back in, like, 2012.
Yeah.
Which is expensive for 3 T-shirts, but they're also T-shirts that I had to look online after the thing. There's like, oh, you want 30 quid for 1 T-shirt.
I don't think that's that expensive for 3 T-shirts. That's not too bad. If they're good T-shirts, like.
Yeah, they're all right. Some of them sort of died a bit of a death, which is fair enough,
Wear and tear, innit?
Yeah, but some of them are still perfectly functional. It's just I'm too fat to fit in them now.
Oh. Yeah, I needed to buy a bunch of new T-shirts because I'm a bit fatter than I was when I started. But yeah, I actually bought a T-shirt that was double XL, and it's a Rammstein T-shirt, and it's a really nice T-shirt. But I can't fit in it.
Oh god.
Too fat.
Alright.
Sad.
I'm gonna have to do something really annoying. I have to break out the plastic glue. I don't want to break out the plastic glue, but I'm gonna have to break out the plastic glue.
Oh no. It's gotta be done.
Yeah.
Oh, me arse. Sat down in the same position for too long.
Do what I did. Get it removed.
Get your arse removed.
Yeah, it's sort of a running joke between me and my friends and I. So because I have a stomach bag,
Yeah.
I don't have anything there naturally anymore
Oh no.
on the rear end. It's fine. Like it's a combination of like chronic health problem and also me not taking care of myself.
Yeah.
So running theme here. So
you had a whole sectomy.
yeah, pretty much. So they had to operate and get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also realising blowing smoke into the camera is probably a good idea.
Just giving some atmosphere, you know?
Yeah, well I'm trying to for some reason this particular pot of plastic that I've got at the moment,
Yeah.
it's Citadel stuff. It's just been absolutely. It just keeps wanting to gunk up in the metal tube, the metal nozzle constantly.
Oh no.
So I keep having to heat it up with a lighter in order to get the glue moving. By basically just burning all the stuff that's dried on the inside.
Hmm.
Gonna work?
Oh yeah, that Gana's gold is
yeah.
looking sexy. Ah, there's a bit here that I missed on the white bit. Oh, never mind. I'll have to redo that then. Da 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 da. Yeah, I've decided not to be a pretentious, elitist, metalhead anymore, and I am allowing myself to get one of my favourite artists' t-shirts, which is what I've done this month. I have
Which artist was that?
Orbital.
I can't say I know him.
Ah, they're a one of the original band of sort of trance artists.
Okay.
They're from Blackpool, and yeah, it was like them, Left Field, The Orb, Kraftwerk are a bit more techno-y, but yeah, they are very well regarded in the sort of electronic music community, and they're my favourite because they just keep it simple, you know.
Yeah.
Some artists just fucking overcomplicate their shit, and I can't fucking stand it. But Orbital have never overcomplicated it, and it's beautiful stuff. Always nice. Okay. Shit, sorry. I mean, you probably will have heard of a couple of their songs because they were on like adverts and shit back in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll definitely have heard a Left Field song, Fat Planet. It was on the Guinness adverts. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, was it?
Dun. Yeah, that's Left Field.
Okay.
That's off their Rhythm and Stealth album, and I'm on the hunt for a Rhythm and Stealth t-shirt. If I can find one, that's next month's thing, because that album cover's fucking sick. It's basically black with a sort of a suit of samurai armor poking out of the darkness.
Okay.
Oh, it's fucking sick. And it's probably my favourite Left Field album by far.
We'll see if I can get away with avoiding having to use the white ink at the moment.
Oh, Jack has just posted the
Okay.
1,000 Suns in the Paint Club. It came together.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Shall I go off onto the Paint Club screen and I'll have a little look. It's the full screen here. We'll go into my Paint Club. Paint Club. And I need to just do this quickly. Boop, there we go. Oh, nice. Look at that. That is very nice.
I have to go to Bullet Stream to see that one.
It's I can't. I don't think I can zoom in anymore. Sadly. But yeah, that's awesome. I like the colours, man. I like the colours. It is. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And the cloth looks quite dirty, but that's probably a good thing for Chaos. That's probably by design. Nice. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, I got Talasar on my desk.
Let's quickly go back here. Oh, dang. Oh, thank you very much, Jack, for sharing that. Welcome to Paint Club. We will, Sorry, I needed a gulp of tea immediately. Now we will keep an eye out for more stuff. Right. I just need to tidy...
Your thousand Sons pace game made blood of that thirsty, apparently.
I'm a thirsty boy. Right, I need to just tidy a couple of little bits up that I messed up there. Looking a bit ugly earlier. Ah, it's all good. We all have things we need to tweak on our models. Right, pretty sure I messed something up here, but I can't find it.
That is a very good model, because I just went ahead and looked myself. It is very cool.
Nice. If anyone else wants to post at us in the Paint Club, you can join our Discord. Oh my god, I've just realised I haven't painted one of the biggest gold pieces. Like literally the bottom of this gun. This huge fucking piece there. I missed it somehow. I don't know how, but I did. Well, I might as well go back and do it. Anything else that I painted over that I shouldn't have? A tiny bit there. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good there. Yeah, I need to get the gold back out so I can finish this. Where's Gianna? There you are. Come here, Gianna. Oh, flipping hell, it's already split with the cap. I need to reshake it. It's only been like 5-10 minutes. Ridiculous.
That's the nature of gold, I find.
Yeah. Oh, man. I spent 2 hours on one arm. Essentially.
What, painting?
Yeah. Spent 2 hours getting one arm done. But it is done once it's done. I never need to do it again, so... And it is, in my opinion, the most important of the arms, because it's got the big, giant cannon. The BGC. Or the FGC, the Fukin Giant Cannon.
We can't use BFG, can we? Because that's technically copyright.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm circumnavigating copyright.
Although you could, like, technically you could argue around it. And go for a bit of an orc. You know.
Yeah, the metallic glares become very subtle. This one ain't subtle on this one. This is Gianna's gold is very much in your face, and that's what I like.
It is. I don't really tend to wash my models. I don't really tend to put a wash on them.
I mean, you know me. I dunk mine in null oil, and then I repaint them again
which takes twice as long, but I think the result for me is twice as nice.
I think that's the thing that gets me, because having done like close to 100 infantry,
Yeah.
imagine how long it's taken me to do that, and then having to basically repaint them again after doing the wash.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Not for everyone. And
Because
to be fair, with Imperial Guard, you don't need them to look that fancy.
No,
Because you've got
don't.
thousands of them.
Yes.
Thousands of them, sir. Thousands.
I also, as I said, put in Paint Club earlier on in the week. I've acquired another combat patrol.
You have. indeed.
God.
Silly boy. But paint the one you've already
It's
got,
fine.
man.
Well, so finishing this field ordnance battery and this shock troop squad, which I realise I've done fuck all of today. I've then got a Rugged Dawn to put together, which my magnets arrived for today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a pretty penny of magnets, but now I've got them, so that's good. I've then got the Krieg box to put together.
Yeah.
Then so I've got 2 troopers, the other half of the field ordnance gun. The Krieg box to put together, which is an artillery piece, 10 Rough Riders, or 10 horsemen, another dude on horseman, another dude on horse, and then 5 engineers and the little remote control mine. And I've got that combat patrol to do. And then I think, unless it's a tank, I think I'm going to put the guard down for a little bit.
Yeah.
And do Space Marines.
That sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, no.
You're painting on yourself.
I was about to say, I'm pretty much done with this arm, but then I looked and I thought, the white bits need another coat.
It's always the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know where this dude's arms went. I'm not sure if I've knocked them off my desk. It's entirely possible, or I just never did them to begin with, which is also entirely
You did
possible.
say you hadn't clipped the marks off the sprue, but did you not find it on the sprue?
No, I think that's one of them. So I'm going to put him on the sprue stick and put that in my spray box, and I'll undercoat that tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm not going to undercoat it now because I need to go outside to do it.
The outside area.
Oh, I'm lucky. I've got a little balcony,
Oh, nice.
so I can literally just walk out onto it, close the door behind me, and then spray stuff in the spray box.
Yeah.
Needs to go to there.
I got a whole ass garden filled with dog eggs.
Oh, lovely.
Well, now I've got paint where I like to sort of place my finger on the model. So I can't add the model now. That's good. Okay.
What is going to be interesting though is that building the crew for the second ordnance battery, I am going to have to raid my Caden upgrade sprue because I used one of the torsos and legs to make my tech priest engines here.
Ah,
Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting exercise.
okay.
I really love him. I think he's a great kit bash. Just grab him for you so you can see on screen. There you go. There you go.
Nice.
So, legs and torso came from the field ordnance kit.
Yeah.
The 2 arms and the head came from the upgrade sprue. The Cadian upgrade sprue.
Yeah.
And the backpack, these sets of pliers came from the upgrade sprue as well. Set of bolt cutters. The backpack came from the Krieg Kill Team upgrade
Cool.
sprue, and this started life as two different flamers for the guard, which have been repurposed and cut down and remade into a welder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
And the sandbags you just find fucking everywhere because, God,
Yeah.
they're not from one specific sprue. But yeah. Yeah, I'll spend my little tech priest proxy. He's actually on too big of a base. He's supposed to be on a 32, and that's a 40, but I don't have any 32s kicking around. And, it's a fucking proxy, so,
Yeah.
of course it's going to look a bit different. Someone wants to bitch and moan, they can bitch and moan, but...
Oh, they will.
There we go.
This is the 40k community, they absolutely will.
Yeah, and to be fair, I kind of poached the idea from the 40k community as well, so I can't really complain.
There you go. Right. That needs more hiding, because I've just made a mistake. You guys
well
can't
done.
see it because I've got guest cam on. There we go. I keep twatting like my cables and shit with my brush. Need a bigger desk. Where was the thing I've made a mess of that I need to fix? That's that there. I need some norm for that. Not too much norm, just a tiny bit to go in that crevice. I've just accidentally filled through a bit.
No, well done.
There we go. That should do it. I'll see that the right should be fine as well. Do that there. And that there. Right. The gun arm at this stage is complete.
Hey, well done.
I've done a section of the model. To be fair, the gun arm is about as big as a fire warrior in total. And the auto is definitely not working, so I'm turning that off. There you go. The gun arm is as tidy as I can make it. Okay, the full cam on there.
Very nice.
That arm there is not bad. There's a
No,
little
it's
section,
not.
There's a little section in just there, inside the gun there, up there. I might just try and tidy up at some point, but I'll do that later. But it's not bad. The rest of the model looks a little bit worse for wear, but that's fine. Right, lots of gold. Lots of gold. There you go.
Like gold! That's a very old reference.
It is. There's only two types of people that I can't stand. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
I don't know how they managed to fucking wrangle Michael Caine in the movie, but I'm so glad they did.
Yeah. You need some red lights on it. I don't know. Can you get little tiny LEDs?
Yeah, but you would have to basically drill out parts of the model.
Yeah.
It's really sort of LEDs are sort of those things that you can't add later. You sort of have to do it as you're building it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not looking bad, is it? Oh. Just need to stretch out for a second whilst I wrap them back. In fact, I might stand up, so I'm going to just put Cornish's cam on there for a second, alright? Just
Oh god,
stand up.
I need to crack my back. I really do. But I just can't. Not anymore.
Ow. Standing. Oh, jeez.
I cracked my neck a few weeks ago. No, not a few weeks ago, a few months ago. I think it was just before Christmas. So at a friend's house, we were playing Warhammer. And I stood up and just sort of twisted my neck a little bit to ease out a little bit of some neck pain I was having.
Oh.
And the crack that went through it was like a gunshot. And my friends looked at me and went, "Are you okay?" And I went, "Surprisingly, my headache has gone away, but I might be having a stroke."
Oh my god. Right, there we go.
And it's like, oh, that's been like that for like 2 years. I'm so glad that pressure's relieved. And they're like, 2 years? I was like, yeah, it's really hard for me to crack any of my spine these days. Not because I'm getting old, which I definitely am. But because I have a stoma bag. Because because I have the stoma bag and it's glue, I can bend fine, but I can bend forward fine.
Yeah.
But if I bend the other way, so my back is concave, that's a real struggle because it pulls at the bag, and that can lead to issues.
Yes.
So I need to crack it so goddamn bad, but I can't.
Oh.
Which is fucking traumatic.
Yeah. That sounds pretty bad.
It is. I'll fucking live with it. You know, I've lived with it for nearly 11 years. I'm sure I can deal with it for another 11.
Bro.
And then I'm gonna. You see that, or I see a chiropractor. Like, here are my issues.
Oh, chiropractors.
Please.
Chiropractors are just fucking snake oil merchants, man.
I know, but they can crack my back. That's the issue.
Yeah, but
That's what I want to happen.
that cracking, man, it's overrated.
It's not. I've had pressure in my spine for the last 11 years, and I've had no outlet for it. I need it done.
Okay.
Because that is sort of so. A lot of my joints crack, and they have ever since I've been a kid.
Yeah.
One, the whole that causes arthritis thing is bullshit. It's been proven not to happen.
Yeah.
When it comes to your hands and cracking your knuckles, which I do probably too often, it does. The only effect it really has is that it weakens your grip over time, and that's kind of about it.
I need my grip for my dong.
I will make no comments. But for things like knees, back, neck, other things,
Shoulders, knees,
it doesn't really have an effect. So
Yeah. I'm just going shoulders, knees, and toes.
yeah. I can crack my toes as well, which is weird.
Yeah.
I've got to
I
admit.
crack my toes. That's nice. Nothing better than taking your shoes off after a long day and cracking all your toes before going into your slippers. Oh, good. I'm gonna gross people out talking about this. I think it's probably someone's very specific trigger, and we're just inducing nightmares for them. Welcome, crack.
If you want to evoke an emotion, a violently emotional response from me, show me a pimple popping video.
Yeah,
I will throw up on you.
That sounds grim.
They are grim. I hate it. I hate them.
People actually have those videos. Who wants to watch those videos?
Some people find it satisfying for some reason.
No.
Even thinking about it makes me want to gag.
Oh, Jack likes blacker videos.
What's wrong with you? It's wrong. Yes, officer, he's the one. Take him to prison.
Go straight to jail.
Oh.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
I think for me it's more the fact that because I deal with like the other extreme. So like pimples and blackheads are one thing, right?
Okay.
But like the other end of the spectrum is abscess. Because that's effectively what some of these spots are.
Okay.
Well, like that's how some abscesses form. They start off as like pimples or infected blackheads, and then they just get worse.
Oh.
Ugh.
Sounds grim.
And I unfortunately have like 2 or 3 conditions, which no, I don't. By the time I go to the hospital and then they put me in the general anesthetic and then they get rid of him that way. Because I ain't dealing with that shit. So for me, like, that's the other end of the spectrum, and they're horrible enough to deal with anyway.
Yeah.
Not only in terms of like, oh god, I have one, but also the aftercare.
Yeah.
after having surgery. So I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want to watch those videos.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, I don't lance them myself. I get other people who are trained for many years and get paid a ridiculous amount of money to do it.
Yeah.
Because I ain't doing it.
And because you're in the UK, they don't get paid by you. You get that shit for nothing, basically. Or at least I think you do.
Yeah, no, like it's. I think the funny thing is, it's like, so obviously there are channels I have to go through, effectively, in order to get this to happen. But what I think is really funny is when GPs turn around to me and say, "Oh, you can't just come in and ask for surgery," and then I show them an abscess the size of the tennis ball that cropped up overnight, and they go, "Yeah, here you go. Here's a letter. Go to surgery."
Sewell asks, "Does abscess make the heart grow fonder?"
No. Flat out. No.
It makes the heart grow weaker.
But yeah, but because I have to deal with that on a somewhat regular basis.
Yeah.
Like seeing people who like, oh, it's so satisfying to watch those types of videos, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That was a very specific accent there. I think you're speaking.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of a very specific person.
I am, and they are called my sister.
Oh, okay.
My sister's like, oh, I like Blacker videos. They're like morbidly fascinating, and I'm like, fuck is wrong with you?
Valley girl.
Valley girl. Like, oh my god, sort of thing. I gotta admit, my sister doesn't speak like that, but that's just the voice I tend to go to when it comes to like unhinged shit.
Yeah. No, in fairness, the accent I sort of heard when you went into that was, I thought you were doing like some sort of South Walian accent.
Nah.
I'm from Cardiff.
As much as I like to say I could do a Welsh accent, I can't because it invariably ends up some form of weird amalgamation.
Yeah.
And I can only do it when I'm doing certain things, like all the way down the valleys. And that's about it.
I find that accents...
American accents are weird, yes.
Well,
but I think so are some British ones.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Black Country.
You're closer than I am. You can judge
to the Black Country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I am not close to the Black Country.
No, but
you are closer to it than I am. Yeah. So Black Country is like Birmingham.
Yeah. I mean, the Brummy accent is pretty terrifying.
Hey, Legendary Wanderer, how's it going?
Welcome in.
Also,
do you guys have like a neutral accent? What do you mean? Is there a neutral British accent? I suppose the
Damiel's Rhino came in today. Nice, well done.
I think the Queen's English would probably be the default, wouldn't it? The neutral accent, but not really. No.
No.
We Brits tend to have a very regionalised accent, depending on where we're from.
There's a planet called Birmingham. I am so sorry.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, that also makes sense because Warhammer is produced by a British company.
Yeah. In the BattleTech universe, there is a planet called Bangor. There you go.
Yeah. It's called the Black Planet.
Mate.
BBC English. Actually, no. The BBC English is not the default British accent. That is an accent specifically developed by the BBC.
Yeah, it's an accent developed by the BBC to make it the most understandable to foreign audiences because they had the World Service at the time.
Yeah, it's like it's like Atlantic is what it's called.
Yeah,
which is quite interesting. But also, I think Jack is British, so I think he's more asking, is there a neutral accent in American?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I have quite a reasonably neutral accent. Like, I do realise, like, which is kind of weird. But I definitely can hear it a lot more when I'm in certain places.
Yeah. Like I think I would say I've got quite a, you know, a clean accent. Like I've definitely got very northern tendencies.
Yeah, but I hear little whispers of Liverpudlian.
I don't know what you're talking about, lad.
Are you based in the UK, Jack Ballou? Or am I misremembering? Which is entirely possible. Oh, you are US? Oh, okay. My bad. I'm so sorry, my dude.
It's
I
alright.
didn't mean to
I'm sure it's fine.
mislocate you. I genuinely thought you were from the UK. My bad.
Yeah, but when Americans are making like TV for this country, there are two accents that they go for. It's either, "Oh, hello, how are you all today?" or you have a fucking Cockney white boy. "Oh, yeah, the guy."
Yeah, it's either East London.
Hell.
Shh, I'll be from the UK. That's more preferable. Yeah, it's either like East End of London kind of accent, or it's Downton Abbey.
Yeah, so Mary Poppins or Downton Abbey. Mary Poppins.
Yeah, those are the only two accents they do for the British, and honestly, I'm really tired of hearing them.
Yeah,
in American stuff.
I don't
like,
mind.
especially when it's an American TV show that's mostly set in America, but they have like an episode or two in like, let's be honest, London.
Yeah. Oh, the worst one was fucking the episode, the season of the biker one. What's it called? Sons of Anarchy. Where they went to fucking Ireland and everyone was speaking in a fucking Cockney accent. I was like, what the fuck? Like at least Always Sunny in Philadelphia, when they went to Ireland, they actually got locals to do the fucking accents for them.
Well, the thing is probably what they did is they got a bunch of Irish Americans to play Irish people, rather than get Irish people to play Irish people.
Aye.
That would be my thought. I might actually start working for a UK-based company here soon. Ooh, nice! See whether or not they can sponsor your visa to come and move over here. We're like America, but only slightly less shit.
Well, we're only less shit because we can't be arsed.
Yeah.
I mean, when someone who was who you know had the energy to come and fuck shit up came in, it was a right nightmare. But she also had the incompetence of I don't know, a pig in a pork market. That was a fun 2 weeks, wasn't it? When she was in power and just destroyed the economy overnight. Fun.
Don't be mean. Don't love the government right now, but I like some things. I know. But it's one of those things of like it is easy to rag on the American government. That's the problem. And by rag, I mean, you know, make fun of.
Indeed.
It's just really easy.
By the way, making fun of things in Britain. If you come into Britain, you've got to learn this. It's a term of it's endearment. We take the piss out of each other because we like each other.
If someone is, generally speaking, if somebody is polite to you, if somebody is polite to you and you've known them for a very, very, very long time, they're being mean.
Yeah.
If you meet up to you and they go, oh, here you go. If you turn up like at the pub or whatever, they go, all right, wanker. Then,
yeah. If
they insult you, like the first time that like. As I said, you get to the pub, you sit down with your mates, the first thing they say to you is an insult, they fucking love you.
Yeah. What the hell are you doing out of prison, you sweaty nods?
Yeah, calling somebody on it's such a weird thing how we can use nonce as a term of fucking endearment and an insult at the same time.
That's why the word the word cunt isn't a bad word here.
Yeah, I think we kind of co-opted that from the Americans, not the Americans, the Australians though.
Oh well, the Australians are basically British.
they're British with more, but they're British people that have gotten further down the skill tree. That's what they are.
Basically, just British people with hot weather and dangerous animals.
We do that too. Yeah, I know, but I think there's something quite special about how the British insult each other.
Yeah, well, we are vicious with our insults to our friends.
Yeah, we are relentless. Like, we do not give a shit.
Yeah, like whenever I speak to an American and I'm taking the piss, that sometimes they'll get like a little bit taken aback and get a little bit offended.
Oh.
So yeah, I just know from experience the Americans are not good at. As a general rule of thumb, they're not as good at knowing when we're being friendly with our insults.
I need to know you for a long time, though. Yeah, that's fair. Like it, also the other thing about Brits is that it's kind of weird. Like we're like, yes, we'll like insult our friends like quite badly, shall we say?
Yeah. Or well, depending on your point of view.
Yeah. Or depending, but we can literally on a dime switch it. Like we can, like even mid-sentence, we can be like, we can just absolutely, completely flip of a switch, turn of a dime, whatever you want to call it, go from banter to like serious talk.
Yeah.
And back again, like incredibly quickly. Like it's mad how quickly we can do it. Not necessarily based on vibes, but like based on where the conversation is going.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Need to go back to the UK. I haven't been there in years. Yeah, it's
yeah, do it.
It's fun. It's a fun place if you drink, and it's depressing if you don't.
Hey, I don't drink.
Oh man!
But then again, I do find the country depressing. So there you go.
There you go.
But then again, I do find it more depressing when I do drink. So
okay.
Sort of.
Well,
yeah, I'm not a good drinker.
I mean,
to be honest.
That's
okay.
Go on.
You say you'll be right at home there, Jack. But I have to ask you: do you drink like you hate yourself? Because that is the standard for Britain.
Yeah. If you're not sinking at least sort of 8 or 9 pints of like 5-6% beer in a night, in a night, then you're doing something wrong.
Despite being practically teetotal, of course. Despite being practically teetotal, I think I can hold my alcohol pretty well.
Especially if you're drinking the 0% shit, yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, I have to be in very specific circumstances, we're in a very specific sort of scenario in order to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
It's why I get really odd looks whenever somebody asks me about, I had to fill out a questionnaire for surgery.
Yeah.
And they asked me like, if you do drink alcohol, how many units of alcohol a week do you drink? And I'm like, it's a good year if I drink like 30 units. A good year.
Yeah. You see, I always lie and say that when they say how many units of alcohol do you drink a week, I was like, ooh.
Oh, only like 4 or 5 pints a night.
Mate, 20 units a night, fucking at least. When I was drinking hard, it was like 20-30 units every single night. Not healthy.
Jesus.
Not healthy at all.
No, it's not. Yeah, like it absolutely varies from person to person. Like, I'd rather go to a pub. I don't agree with the fact that in some places buying a soft drink is more expensive than buying an alcoholic one, because that is sort of slowly becoming a trend, and I think that's absolutely vile.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's slowly becoming a trend. That's always been the way it is in pubs since like the 70s, and it's because they know that there's going to be a designated driver.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I
when my
remember
dad
sometimes
used to go to pubs, he said that they used to have the
It was like you could get like tonic water with lime, or you could get like a lemonade or something that would cost like as much as a pint.
Like, costing as much, I can kind of, like, alright, fair enough, there's a sugar tax, fair enough.
Yeah,
But when it costs more, it's a bit of a head scratcher.
Seymour confirms he's lived through it.
Oh, okay.
My dad used to go to the pub in like the 70s. He was like, yeah, if you were the designated driver, you'd get absolutely rinsed. Pre-sugar tax, mate. There you go.
Yeah. I don't agree with that. Like, if you're the designated driver, like, you've made the conscious choice not to drink in order to get your mates home safely.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be rinsed for that.
Yeah. But I think the idea is you have like 2 drinks or something, right? Whereas your mates would be having like 10. So like they wanted this like as much money as they could for the 2 drinks. You're basically taking space up in their pub.
Doesn't matter. You're still a paying customer.
Yeah, but if it's a packed pub and there's only so much room, if you're taking up space, valuable drinking space. I'm just saying this is why they do it. I'm not saying I massively agree with it. Because it is a bit bollocks, but
Yeah, like, I'm not a fun person to be around when I'm drunk. Like, I get. This is why I only do it in very specific circumstances. I don't even drink on my birthday or at Christmas.
mate, it's fine. I know people who've like me. One of my mates who I was supposed to be going to see this Friday, but I bloody double booked myself. I'm not travelling to Manchester when there's another alternative in Liverpool. But yeah, he's never drunk in his life. Because he saw what alcoholism did to his uncle, so he basically swore off it, and he's one of the drunkest people on the night out that I know. Even though he never drinks, you know what I mean. He always acts very drunk. He has a bloody blast, more of a blast than we do. But yeah. I mean, the main problem with being teetotalers in this country, all social activity happens in a pub.
Yeah, but the thing is with and you can remember it the morning after. Yeah. See, I don't mind social activity. I don't mind a lot of social activity in Britain happening inside a pub. That's not what I have an issue with. I just don't like that alcohol doesn't agree with me. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
Like I'm just not a very good drunk.
Yeah.
Like, so it's better that I don't drink and save myself the embarrassment, and just go out with friends and drink like
just
drink
sodas and shit.
Coke, or like Coke and Pepsi and whatnot, and be fine.
Nice J2O.
Oh no, fuck no. G2Os are expensive. Fuck that. G2Os are like a birthday treat at most. Because while they are great and they are very Moorish, I'm not drinking that on the fucking regular. Not like go on the night out anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as they barely function, I like the 2 kidneys. I'm not selling one for a night out on J2O.
Oh dear me. Yeah, I went. I did dry January one year. I had to go to the pub a couple of times, and so yeah, managed it without drinking or anything, which was fine. But yeah, I had a J2O for the first time in the pub, and I was like, "This is delicious. I could mix this with rum, and it would be delicious."
Or vodka.
I don't like vodka. Vodka is one of the only alcohols that like sends me slightly rageful. You know what I mean? That makes me into a slightly violent drunk.
Maybe not violent, but definitely aggressive.
Yeah. I am the most pacifistic person. And when I'm drunk, I get really sneaky about it as well. There's this one time when we're in a bar. I think it's a chain, so you might have one near you called Bar Bars. In Liverpool.
I think I do actually, or if I do, I'm just unaware of it because again, I don't go out.
Yeah, it's basically a bar where you go and get shots on a night out.
Yeah,
and they got all sorts of shots, and they have a shot, banana shot called a Dave, and my name's Dave.
Dave.
And so the joke was we'd all go into bars and get a double Dave and down some Dave. That was the fun joke that we thought was funny after 20 pints. So yeah, we went in there, but bars was this weird was a weird situation socially, where it was the one place where moshers and like scallies, yeah, that's what we call chavs in this part of the world. The one place where moshers and chavs basically mixed. The one bar where both groups went to. And it was usually kind of like a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
And so yeah, everyone went in to get shots, and everyone got very, very drunk very, very quickly. And what there was one day, I had my long hair and had me mosher jacket on, and yeah, one of the scallies came up behind me and started kicking off on me, and this other mosher, I don't know him. He came up to sort of back me up and sort of fronted with him, and I slunk away like a glorious coward. I was like, yeah, oh, cheers, mate, you can take this one. Ta.
I don't think I've ever been in a fight drunk. If I've come close to it, someone tried kicking off at me. This is back when we were underage drinking, because there's fuck all else to do when you're a teenager in certain parts of the UK, to be truth be told.
Indeed.
There's only, and especially the town where I grew up in, there was only 4 things to do. That was drink, fight, fuck, or do drugs. And I did 2 of those things.
Okay.
And it wasn't the fighting or the fucking.
Oh dear.
I say drugs, it was mostly cannabis.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we just finished our GCSEs.
Yeah.
And our year group decided to have a big beach party, so we went there. Alcohol was involved, and someone invited or mentioned to these lads from this other part of the city who I don't think any of us really knew who they were. They just sort of turned up.
Yeah.
They caught wind that there was going to be a party and just sort of turned up, and they got absolutely shit-faced in like 3 seconds flat. And I'm not talking like they had one beer and they were shit-faced. I'm talking they went through like a whole crate and was shit-faced.
Oh dear.
But in like record speed. And one of them fell asleep. And as a joke, one of our group, like drizzled a bit of soft drink on him because he was wasted.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Like we were like an hour in and he was already completely wasted.
If someone passes out at a party, it is the party's job to draw on this person and put them in otherwise compromising situations. That is the rule.
Yeah, but he woke up from this, and because I was laughing at him, because I'm just like, you're fucking wasted already, and he came up to it and he absolutely tried to kick off,
mm-hmm.
and literally everyone in our group just sort of went around me and went, no, you fucking don't.
Yeah.
And he realised that even as drunk as he was, he realised he was outnumbered. But he got up and properly started shoving me around. Like,
yeah.
And it's just like, dude, the fuck? And it's like, oh, you think you're so fucking funny? And I went, what? Doing what? Go on, what do you think I did? And like, I was, talking back to him, because it's like, like, if there's one thing I hate being said about me is being accused of things I absolutely did not do.
Yeah.
Because it's happened a lot, and I fucking despise it. Fucking hate being like. Yeah, but it's just like, this is about stuff that, even when it's stuff people know that I would never ever do, and people accuse me of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it's just like, the fuck are you talking about? No, go away, fuck off.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest shames on someone in the UK. When it can't take their L. When it gets like to that point
Yeah,
so quickly in a night, it's just no. They deserve ridicule, and he got it, and excellent.
he did, but it literally involved us. One of my friends who I haven't actually seen since that beach party, truth be told.
Oh dang.
A lot of people went to sixth form in my school, whereas I went to college.
Yeah.
I think I was like one of like 3 people in my year group who either didn't go into an apprenticeship but still lived in the same area,
Yeah.
or did an apprenticeship in the same area as my school.
Yeah.
Or went to sixth form. I think I was one of very few people who went to a completely different establishment. Still lived in the same area. I just went elsewhere.
Yeah.
Whereas almost everybody else went to sixth form at the same school that we just finished.
Yeah.
We just did our GCSEs with. So yeah, I saw him here and there, but I didn't actually sit down. I haven't actually sat down and spoke to him since that beach party. He ended up taking this one dude ended up taking me to another group that was set up on the beach, sort of minding their own business. I went, look, things got a bit spicy over there, and they're like, oh yeah, we sort of was like, is it cool if we like just chill here for 15 minutes before we go back? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, all right, cool, thanks. Lovely guys from Sweden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is really weird to meet in Cornwall. Like,
Yeah.
the hell are you doing in Cornwall for? Of all the places in the UK you could have gone, why have you chosen Cornwall as Swedish people? I forget why they were there, but I just remember that they were Swedish.
It's a really nice place. It's probably the sunniest place in Britain.
Yeah, and don't we know it when it comes to the summer holidays?
Exactly.
Every other fucker in the UK comes down.
Yeah, I did lasting damage to my ankle in Cornwall.
Oh, how did you do that?
Went to a place. Went to Truro.
Oh yeah, I know Truro.
Yeah, I was a little mosher with a skateboard, and I thought I could skate. And I decided, they've got a skate park just outside of town. I think it's called Concrete Waves or something.
Yeah.
And I went there and just my mum and dad dropped us off. Got out all excited, like, yeah, I'm gonna go and hang out in a skate park with all the cool kids. And yeah, sort of just sat there watching people dropping into the half pipe, and eventually people were like, "Oh, why don't you go?" I was like, "Oh, I've never done it before." And like, "Oh, it's dead easy. Go on, you can do this." Obviously, they had much southerner accents than I do, I tried it. Dropped in, didn't lean forward enough. The board went whoop away from me. And I collapsed on my ankle and rolled my ankle and then landed on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. I did this 10 times. Well, no, it must have been about 5 or 6 times. The exact same motion, the exact same injury. I could barely walk afterwards, and yeah, I now have a weak ankle on my right foot, and do roll on it occasionally. I rolled on it a couple of weeks ago, actually, for the first time in a while. And just did that right outside the office. And in fact, no, it was last week. Actually, it was last Thursday. And yeah, for me, that hurt. Yeah, there you go. That was my visit to Truro. I also spent £50 on some trucks on a skateboard that I barely used after that holiday. Actually sold that skateboard to a friend who went off to America. I think he's now living in Japan.
Oh.
That guy gets around. Clever bloke. The science.
And shit.
Science and shit.
Yeah, science, bitch.
Yeah. Good times. Memories in it. Oh, fuck. Okay. I think... Is that part of the bottle, or is that... I don't know. Difficult to tell. It feels like it's part of the bottle. I'm gonna go with it.
There are a couple of people who, from my year group at school, as we were sort of in a vaguely similar subject, who just completely vanished off the face of the earth once school finished. Like, genuine.
Yeah, so some people do that, man.
Yeah, there was one dude that did it. I'm still friends with him on Facebook, but that's only because he hasn't logged into his account since like 2009.
That guy.
Like he, yeah, like I just, yeah, like I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what he's done. Don't know what he's doing. Some people I just don't want to talk to anymore. Like, so I had this like weird sort of issue with that, or not issue, but like scenario where
Yeah.
I started my education in one place.
Yeah.
This is when my parents were still married. And they ended up divorcing, and I ended up moving into the city, the nearest city, for a little while.
Yeah.
But I spent all of my infant school years with this group of people.
Yeah.
And then after I finished infant school, I did all of primary and the first year and a half of secondary in this city. I just don't want to dox myself. That's all. I'm trying to be careful.
This city.
City.
I mean, honestly, if it's a city, I think it's safe to say that saying the
it's
name
not.
of the
It's not a very big city. That's the thing.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
It is a city, but you can number it. The population of it is in like the hundreds of thousands rather than the millions. So this is quite a small
I
city,
mean, to be fair, I think
and it's like
I
the
reckon-
low hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that there's that many more than a few hundred, 10,000. How many people live in Liverpool? I wonder. I don't think it's that many. I don't think it's anywhere near a million.
It will be. It will be.
Nah.
To have a football team as popular as Liverpool FC is, then yes, it will be in the millions.
I'm gonna.
I mean, being for the UK is basically dox yourself. Yeah, but I mean, yes, but I haven't said specifically where, what street and stuff like that.
I mean, to be fair, you have said specifically where in your username.
Yes, but as a friend of mine would keep telling you that I'm culturally appropriating the Cornish.
It's not really Cornish. It's from Devon.
I've now spent more time in Devon than I had in Cornwall, but a lot of my happiest time of my life, particularly growing up, was when I was in Cornwall. So I tend to associate Cornwall with happy memories and really shit infrastructure, but also happy memories. Just under five. There's not just under 500,000 in Liverpool.
Yeah, I was going to say 100,000 people is a fucking lot of people, mate. I think the only cities where there's more than like 1 million people is probably Birmingham, maybe Manchester, and London.
How in the hell does Liverpool have less population than Bristol?
I mean, Liverpool, area-wise, is extremely small. Like
That was recent as well. That was the 2022 census.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Liverpool's like a compact little city. It's great. Like you can walk from one side of the city, like I'm talking city centre, obviously before you get to the outskirts bit, where you have all the suburbs and stuff. You can walk from one end of the city, which is basically the Keynes Brewery and the Georgian Quarter area, to the other end of the city, which is sort of James Street sort of area, up towards the past the Albert Dock, up towards the industrial bit. You can walk that in about half an hour without any issue. It is.
Oh, hang on.
Go on.
So Liverpool is a cathedral and port city and metropolitan borough in Merseyside, England. It's situated on the north side of the Mersey estuary near the Irish Sea, X amount of distance from London, with a population of 496,770 in 2022. Liverpool is the 5th largest city in the UK and the administrative headquarters of the Liverpool City region, with a combined authority area with a population of 1.5 million.
That's the whole of Merseyside,
Yeah.
I think. Which goes all the way to Southport, Merseyside, technically. Although I think that's Sefton. Sefton starts pretty quickly after you get. I think it's Bootle is the first bit that is Sefton technically, or actually is Bootle. I can't remember if Bootle is Liverpool City Region or Sefton. I can't remember, but it's definitely Merseyside. Yeah, 8.9 million in London. There you go. Manchester's only 550,000. There you go.
See, that surprises me, considering how fucking big the certain industries were in Manchester. The fact that, I mean, obviously, as those industries die, people moved away, but
That's probably
populations of a whole have been going up.
The caveat there, I think, would be that's probably Greater Manchester rather than the Manchester City region, you know.
Yeah, true. Like, the Greater London area will probably be 8.9 million, but actually London itself will probably be maybe. I would be surprised if there was less than 2 million people living in London.
Yeah.
Not in the Greater London area.
I mean, if you're talking City of London, I think there's like less than 100 residents or something. Because the City of London is technically the really tiny little bit, isn't it? Near the tower.
Yeah.
Right, what am I doing with my life? 14.9 million in London metro region.
10,000.
10,000
Or just shy of 11,000 people live in the city.
Oh, nice.
As in the City of London.
Okay, there you go.
That's absurd.
It's an extremely
Well, then
small
again,
place.
it's also probably mostly like admin buildings, isn't it? So
It's all office space basically. That's where all the financial services are based.
yeah, so fair enough.
Yeah. Oh my god. I thought I was going to make a lot more progress on this today.
So did I. I've built a dude who's there, who needs to be undercoated. I painted most of that dude. I've assembled most of this. I've got a head to put on that guy. And I realised I need to find arms for this guy.
Yeah, I've done
some progress.
I've done the gun arm and I've made a start on the backpack. But other than that, the rest of the model is untouched. Just over 1 million people in Birmingham apparently. And all of the people in Birmingham are boring. I really didn't.
Wolverhampton's worse.
I didn't get on with Birmingham at all. We went to a gig there. Went to see The Offspring and Bad Religion in a joint gig.
Oh, nice.
And great gig. Very, very warm, very sweaty. Came up with 2 very nice t-shirts. I need to find those t-shirts actually. But yeah, the whole setup of Birmingham is so weird. There's like no pubs anywhere, and then you have to walk like half an hour out of the centre of of town, and there's one road where all of the pubs are, and there's one Weatherspoons on that road, and like a few pubs are like on either side, but there's no pubs in the city.
It'll be that'll be for antisocial behaviour reasons probably.
Oh yeah, maybe, but it's just fucked to me, you know. And I get the service and the needs of the people, and there is a very heavy Muslim population in Birmingham, so yeah, they don't tend to drink. So why would there be pubs? Good point.
Yeah.
But coming from Liverpool, which this is a claim to fame, Liverpool has more pubs square mile than any city on the planet. There you
That'll
go.
be because of its port status, especially during like the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah,
I should imagine.
Yeah, coming from Liverpool, where if you're walking through Liverpool, every corner there's a pub. You know, there's a pub pretty much on every single corner. I'm coming from Liverpool, going to Birmingham, and just not seeing any pubs anywhere. That was a culture shock, a proper culture shock.
Yeah.
Oh man. Right.
So, there's less of them now, but the town that I grew up in,
Yeah.
we had our main street called 4th Street. That's not doxing me because like every small town had a 4th Street in the same way that most towns have a London road, or or insert city name here street or road or whatever, because that's when it went to. That's how that was the road you went to get to X place.
Oh, Seawell said that it used to be like that in Nottingham, but they've all closed down now. I was in Nottingham. I went to Warhammer World. It was great.
I've never been to Warhammer World. I do want to go, but I refuse to make that trip in a car.
No.
Or a coach.
Trains, mate.
I know, but trains are so fucking dear these days.
Well, we got the train from Liverpool, Lime Street, and it cost me. I think the return, because we planned it in ahead, like a month ahead, and we got seats for this. I think it was about 13 quid each way, which is not bad.
I looked at 2 singles and a return to go up to Gloucester for a LARP equipment week event.
Mm-hmm.
This was about a month in advance.
Yeah.
It was they wanted 70 quid.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you just get the train line app thing. It'll just tell you when the cheapest times are, and you can
That's what I used.
Oh damn.
Still wanted 70 quid for me to go from my city to Gloucester.
I suppose I don't really know trains down south. I've had to go down south a couple of times for gigs, but only to London. So we're still using the Lime Street sort of London service.
We get rinsed down here. We really do. Absolutely rinsed.
Our trains up north are really good. Merseyrail is probably the best service that I've ever seen. It's like they cancel so rarely. Like I've only I've lived here for like well over 30 years. I'm not going to tell you my age. And I've literally had 2. I think it's 2 trains cancelled on me in that whole time. I take the train a lot.
I have been on a train as it got cancelled, but that was because there was an event involving somebody on the tracks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fun times.
So, we literally stopped after it happened. I think for the driver to check things, and then we carried on. And as we were carrying on, the train manager announced that the train was gonna discontinue at the state. I think it was at Swindon.
Yeah.
So we all had to get off the train, and we got the next train, because the train that I was getting, because I was going up to London, is a regular one.
Yeah.
So there's one like every 30 minutes, I think it is. So we got off that one. Almost everyone got on the next train, whereas me and my friend going to a gig. Actually, sort of, we're like, everyone's going to get on the next one, but we'll just get on the one after that. So we just hung around the station for an hour and got on that train and explained the situation. And they were like, "Oh, why didn't you get on the train before us?" And I was like, "Because you would have had like 2 trains worth of passengers trying to get on that train." Whereas, like, an entire train's worth of people trying to get on that one specific train, followed by anybody who was already there waiting for it. So we just waited for the next one because it was just going to be a little bit easier to find a seat. So, yeah.
Well. I'm knackered.
Same. I'm really hungry. I have hunger pangs for the first time in like 6 months.
Dang. Well. I think we've done a bit of work today. That's nice. Do you want to show us the progress that you've made?
So it's been a little bit. It's been some assembly, and that is. I have to figure that out. Yeah, done a bit of assembly.
Nice. Headless gunner.
Yeah, that I said how that one dude's head shot off at the speed of Mach fuck.
Was that him?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh.
I might have to find a replacement arm here because that's not staying glued. It's very loose there. So I'll have to figure something out there. I might have to take this arm off, which will be a pain.
Yeah.
But I'll manage it. So yeah, so started putting together this half of the fuel ordnance battery. Finally.
Nice.
And I painted most of this dude. Still got the metal and the Reikarth and the flesh to do, but and other shenanigans. But yeah, getting there.
Yeah, he's coming along. I feel like I've done very, very little with mine so far today. Let me zoom in a bit. I managed to get the gun arm completed. The gun arm is looking good now. I think I'm happy with that. That's table ready for me. The gun arm.
Yeah.
The rest is untouched. Apart from I made a start on the backpack, so that's starting to look okay. I've only done the XV88 on that so far, so yeah. I'll finish the backpack and maybe get the other arm done next week, and then it's a case of torso, head, and legs, and then we're good. There you go. Looking good.
I would do the bits you're not looking forward to off camera, and then so you got the bits that you do enjoy doing on camera.
I treat this stream like I treat my my video game streams. Nothing is done off camera. It's a long play.
I tried doing that with certain video games, but I realised there are some games that I just can't stream just because I just don't have. Not necessarily don't have the energy for it. It's that I just don't think it fits.
Yeah, I've stopped doing roguelike games because I find games that don't have an end are impossible for me to stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm struggling to figure out how I'm going to end Satisfactory as well, because I don't know if there's an end to that. I don't think there is.
I think games like Satisfactory and things like that is very much a you set your objectives.
Yeah.
And then you call that done. Because I could very easily have continued playing what's it called? Oh, excuse me. I could have very easily continued playing The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
But I went, no. Here are my objectives. I'm finishing the main story. I'm going to finish the Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine DLCs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find the components and whatnot to craft at least one Grandmaster set of armor. And when I did those, I ended the game. I went into something else.
Yeah, I 100% did that. I got every map objective. I did every side quest. I did every mission. I think I got most of the Grandmaster armor sets. I think there was one I couldn't find somehow. I couldn't figure out how to make. I don't know. I think it was a bit of too much of a pain in the ass, but I pretty much 100% of that game was good.
One of the other objectives I had was to get every single Gwent card. I was missing 3.
Yeah.
And then I realised that one of the ones I was missing I could only have done at a certain point in the main story.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go back and do it, couldn't go back and get it again. That was my one opportunity to get it, and I was just really annoyed. So I was like, okay, well, that was the last thing to do on my checklist, and then I just went, I could go and do this, but this will literally be like maybe 15-20 hours of me running around various different vendors.
Yeah.
To try and find this one card that I'm after, and that's just not going to be fun to watch.
True.
So I called it an end and went off and did other things.
Fair enough. Right.
So
yeah. So thank you very much for another fantastic little week. We had a lot of chat, with a moderate amount of painting, and yeah, I think it was a success.
So the next, I'm hoping to get this fucking shock trooper and field ordnance battery done before the next paint stream. Because depending on how much progress I make, it will either be painting a Bruggeldorn or assembling it and then painting it.
Either one will be fun to watch.
it will be fun to watch.
Yeah. Anyway.
I also don't know what colour scheme I'm going to do. I don't know whether or not I should go Cadian, because it's a Rogal Dawn, or if I should stick with the red that I've been doing for my other tanks.
You got to think what will work in your army, basically.
I think for this one I'll do red, but I think the next one I'll do a bit of Acadian, more of a Acadian colour scheme.
Fair enough. That sounds good. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you very much again, and I'll just hang up here and I'll go through the Discord and we'll see what gems.
Yeah, no worries. So, yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for letting me join you. Thanks for being with me as well. Lovely stuff.
No worries.
Right. All very pleasant to you.
Yeah.
Alright, have a good one.
You too, buddy.
Yes,
Take care.
That's right. Right. Smiley face on there. Let's have a look at the Discord from last week. Let's see what we actually got. I need to move the Discord chat up to there so that you can't see the logos and shit. Fun times. So, we were talking about Imperial Guard tanks. We were actually having a discussion about how big our armies are. I actually looked into the size of my armies, and it turns out my Tau army is now bigger than my Imperial Guard army. It's about 1,400 points, which is nothing really. There you go. We have a Dakka jet. In fact, I think this was going to be a bomber. It's got the extra big guns and all of that on it. That's very nice. It's currently being painted. As you can see, with his glove, he's doing the spray gun. He's doing the spray paint on that. That's looking good. Oh, Snoo did a fantastic job with this boy. Look at this big chunk. Look at him. That's a very orky boy right there. Whoa! Look at him. He's dead kill he is. Dead killing. And yeah, this is from last week. I did a size comparison. There's the Ghostkeel that I'm painting currently. It's a stealth suit, so you can see how big it is compared to a stealth suit. And there's my Riptide, which is about a third bigger. Nice. That's a very chunky model. I did that ages ago. But yeah, awesome sauceum. Right, I think that's us done. So I think for today, I'm going to say that club has been successful. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. If you did enjoy what you saw here, please join us again next week for more Warhammer painting on a Wednesday night. I'll be joined again by Cornish. And if you want to submit photographs so that we can all witness your glory, please join our paint club in our Discord. Yes, so I'm going to go. Have yourselves a fantastic evening, and we'll see you again for more extremely fun. Yeah, next stream will be, I think, tomorrow. I'm going to do some SnowRunner, I think. So yeah, good night. Never know what's going to